Good morning, ladies, and welcome to the summit. We are so glad that you could log on this morning and join us. I am so excited to be here with you all on January 23rd, 2021. That's right, it is 2021. We left 2020 behind, 24 days ago, and we are rocking and rolling in a new year. Now, if you are an entrepreneur and you are watching this and you made it through 2020 with your business, a little bumped, a little bruised, a little less profitable than what it has been in years past, give yourself a pat on the back. You did a great job. You made it. No matter what anyone else might say, no matter what it might seem or really feel like right now, you did an amazing job. Congratulate yourself. If you are a mom or a woman that is watching this and you're thinking to yourself, I want to become an entrepreneur, I just don't think this is the time to do it. Guess what? Yes, it is. And it's not just because it's 2021, it's because it's a new day. There is still air in your body and creativity flowing through your bones. So you should be doing what you were created, destined, and designed to do. And if that is start a business, then guess what? We're going to start that business today. 2020 was a record year in the small business and entrepreneurial ecosystem. And it was not a record breaking year for good reasons. So we're going to constantly have ebbs and flows in business. 2020 was just another one. This morning, we're going to take some time and I'm going to give you 5 essential stepping stools that will allow you to have what I like to call a disaster recovery ready business preparation plan. It's a lot of words, but essentially, we're going to prepare your business or the existing business you have to withstand anything that might come its way. Now, I became an entrepreneur in a time when it wasn't the world or even the nation's economy that pushed me or edged me into entrepreneurial. It was my own family's budget. Picture this: Mobile, Alabama, 1994. A very young, beautiful, enthusiastic Janaé walks up to her parents and says, for 5th grade, I do not want to wear any of Jemana or Jabaria's clothes anymore. Those are my sisters. I would like to get my own pair of Guess blue jeans, a Blossom jacket, and a Blossom hat. Now, if you remember the TV show Blossom, it was pretty awesome. I have aged myself. In response to my request, my parents simply looked at me and said, it's not in the budget. I am a Gemini. I'm bipolar by nature. And for me, saying that something is not in the budget, both twins did not get the message. So the other twin emerged and was like, you know what? We're going to earn that money. I took out a small business loan from my mother of $50 and the use of her SAM card. And I opened my neighborhood's very first candy store in the driveway of my family home. Now, it was my grandfather's responsibility to take me, buy me what I need, make sure I priced it properly and set it up since he was the one who said, yeah, let her do it, let her go for it. Before my grandfather would release the funds to me or my mother's Sam's card, he asked me 3 essential questions. Those questions became the building blocks in which I have built several businesses since then. Question number 1: what is your plan? Question number 2: what are your goals? And question number 3: what is your budget? Now, question number 1: what is your plan? I was like, I don't know. I'm gonna go in here, buy all the candy up in Sam's, put it in the cart. We're gonna take it home. I'm gonna sell it. It was a real simple plan. He made me write it down, but it was 3 sentences on a piece of notebook paper. What is your goal? I was like, it's real simple. I want the Guess jeans, the Blossom jacket, the Blossom hat. I don't know why people keep asking me what my goal is. It was very clear, very specific. What is your budget? Now, for me, the word budget had a negative connotation because I only heard it when my parents were telling me no to something because it was not in the budget. And we're going to talk about budgets later on. But those were the three things that my grandfather required that I wrote down and I had a clear understanding of. Ladies, I became an entrepreneur at the age of 10. And what that experience taught me was that anyone can do what they are passionate about if they know why they're doing it. My name is Janaé Willis-Beard, and I recognize that the entrepreneurial dream seems so hard and so out of reach for so many people. I am passionate about providing access to educational resources and guides and investment opportunities so that entrepreneurs can not only start businesses, you know how to grow them and scale them. My very first summer in business, I made $225. I was able to pay my mother back her money. And guess what, y'all? I started the fifth grade with the cutest pair of stone wash Guess jeans, pink blossom jacket with a pink blossom hat, which by the end of the first semester I had outgrown because I gained weight from eating candy that I was supposed to be selling. So, this morning, we're going to talk about how those three questions grew into the 5 essential stepping stones that I take my clients through every consultation to help them build businesses that are ready to grow and they are ready to have scalability for when they are ready for that. So the first part is your why. Why are you starting a business? For me, again, 10 years old, I wanted materialistic things. Now, at the age of 37, into my third business, my why is a little deeper. My why is about leaving a legacy for my beautiful children and for freeing my husband from his corporate job. My why is more about being able to spend time and have resources to spend time with those that I love and I care about. In order to get down to the why, you have to ask yourself a couple of questions that kind of will get you started in understanding if this is really what you're supposed to be doing. Now, what I ask my clients is to close their eyes and answer the following questions in your mind. I don't have everything that I want in my life. Will this business allow me to have those things? Is this business ordained by God? Is this something that I can say in my heart, the Lord has told me that I am supposed to do? Third question, is this business going to feel like work every single day? Last question, would I start this business even if I didn't get paid for it? And I know that sounds so counterintuitive, but it helps you dig deep into your why. Why am I taking the time to drink Starbucks, 5-hour energies, Monsters, Red Bulls, Big Bangs, the whole nine? Why am I going to have sleepless nights? Is it going to be worth some of the changes that I'm going to have to make in my life? Is it going to be worth sitting on the sideline with a laptop while I watch my child play soccer? Is it going to be worth me having to sit at ballet practice with my phone in my hand sending out emails? Is it worth me having to nurse my newborn and at the same time reconcile invoices? Moms, we know there's not just one single hat that we wear at any point in time. There are always some duality that we're doing. So understand if your why is big enough to hold all of those things. And if your why is, then guess what? You're ready for the next step. Your next step is having a plan to make your why a reality. Yes, I am talking about the dreaded business plan. I have been doing consulting for over 4 years, and never have I had a client call me in the middle of the night and say, Janaé, you know what? I love it. It's great. It's awesome. It's the best thing I have ever spent my time doing. I can't wait to write another one. It was just so jaw dropping perfect. Said no one ever. Quite the opposite. I get clients who call, oh my God, I'm having a panic attack. How am I supposed to know what's a fixed asset and what's a liquid asset? And how am I supposed to know how to price one, whatchamacallit, compared to two? How do you do this? How do I get the projections? That is typically the phone call that I get about business plans. However, the truth of the matter is that failing to plan is planning to fail. And if you cannot sit down with your business and take the time to write out a full plan of what you're going to do, then you're going to constantly be on this hamster wheel because you're not going to understand what your production and your success should look like. So, here are 3 options that I always tell my clients that they have for business plans. Anyone that I talk to who's like, I just cannot, I will not, my mind cannot wrap around sitting down and writing out this plan. Option number 1, there are some great programs and softwares that are out in the marketplace that will allow you to pay a fee, have a subscription. They ask you very clear, concise questions. You're typing in clear, concise answers. After about 9, 10 hours, 2 or 3 days, it spits out this beautiful business plan for you. You're done. Option number 2 is you can hire a consultant like myself to write your business plan for you. Now, under number 2, I have 2 little things I want to make you aware of. 1, if you hire a consultant, understand that we are not subject matter experts in your field. So if your field is underwater basket weaving, we do not know what underwater basket weaving is, what it entails, and how we should write a business plan to talk about underwater basket weaving. That's not us. However, here's where the second part comes in. A good consultant is going to call you and say, hey, we need to grab some coffee. I have some questions that I want to ask you so that I can write you an effective business plan that's going to flow and grow with your business about underwater basket weaving. I need to understand exactly what all goes into it. How do you pick your dock? How do you find your material? What type of time does that take? What made you so passionate about underwater basket weaving? That right there, ladies, takes time, it takes energy, and it takes the resources of your consultant. So understand you pay for what you get. Here's the third caveat to that. I'm sorry, I know I said 2, but it's really 3. If you run across someone who's like, okay, just answer this questionnaire and we'll have your business plan to you between 48 and 72 business hours. Please understand you're going to get a business plan that is just a bunch of words and a bunch of numbers that you cannot do anything with. And there are some companies that will write your business plan and that will be the basis. But if they don't understand you and they do not understand why you are passionate about what you are doing, the business plan will simply be something that you put in a file cabinet and you never take it out and look at it again. It will not be of any use to you. The third option, so option number 1 is we get us a good online subscription, we pay for it, we write it out ourselves with the help of a program and some algorithms that's going to spit out something that we've put the work in to do. Option number 2 is you hire a consultant. Then there's option number 3, which is you do a business model versus a business plan. I see every woman out there with her hands up like, yes, option number 3, let me get that all day, every day, put a bow on it, tie it up, I'm done. That business model, that sounds a whole lot easier, 2, 3 pages. That's it. A business model is exactly that. It's a model of your business. It's not the blueprint. So it's just little Lego pieces put together to show what it's going to look like. It's not the blueprint that is as detailed as you would want it to be. There are very few questions that you have to answer about financials on a business model. Here's where a business model can work against you. If you see your business growing, if you see that one day you would need to take out a bank from a loan or the SBA, or you're going to do investors, a business model does not have the information that they're going to ask for. A business model is not going to give you the breakdown that banks are going to be looking for when they ask about your assets, when they ask about your payroll, when they ask about your operations manual. All of these things are what lenders really right now, especially right now where we are, they're looking for. So if at any point in time you know that you're going to want to grow from where you are currently, the best thing to do is to right now, in the beginning, take a deep breath in and go with options 1 or 2. Now, if you are an existing business and you've never written a business plan for your business, I strongly encourage you to stop today and do it. Look at where you've been, but write your business plan for where you want to go. If you are a current business and you have a business plan, this is a great time to take it out, dust the cobwebs off, look at it and ask yourself, are you operating in what you had planned to operate in? If not, options 1 or 2 might be a good look for you. So number 1 is we want to know our why. Number 2, we want to have a solid plan on how we're going to make our why a reality. So number 3, goals. I had a client tell me that me making him write out his goals was the most painful thing any woman had ever made him do. I just kind of cringed because I was like, wow, that's kind of hurtful. It's painful. And I'm, wow. Left a lot open to my imagination on that one. Anyway, his thing was, I would much rather be working instead of sitting down and writing out this process that you want me to write out. But here's the thing, ladies. When you write out your goals are how you're going to make your business plan a reality. If you don't know that you have to do so much in your social media to gain an audience for your online business, then you're never going to hit the metrics to make the money that makes the financial part of your business plan worth it. So if you're never hitting any of your metrics in your business plan, you're never going to see your why come to be. It's a building block. It's building into a solid foundation. Remember, we're trying to build businesses that are disaster recovery proof. They are ready. They're going to withstand because they have strong foundations. And a strong foundation, you have to have goals to build it. So, in order to write business goals, they have to be 5 things. They must be specific. They must be measurable. They must be attainable. They have to be realistic. They have to be time bound. For this one, I'll use myself. My goal for my speaking business for 2021 is to do 10 speaking engagements. Huge thank you and shout out to Dr. Trinice McNeil for giving me number 1 for the year. Thank you so much. Number 1 goal is to do 10 speaking engagements. It's very specific. It's measurable. Once I hit 10, I know I'm done. It's attainable. It's based off me doing my marketing, my application process, my grunt work to make sure that I am available to people like Dr. McNeil and the summit to make things for my goals a reality. Has to be realistic. Okay, if I said I am going to do 500 speaking engagements this year, there are a lot of problems with that. There are a lot of problems with that. There's only 365 days in the year. So unless I'm doubling up, I don't see how I would hit 500. Also, as my brand, me speaking 500 times in 1 year, really? Am I really putting out high quality content to my customers, to my potential clients, to the community? Am I really doing what's best for me? It has to be realistic. Moreover, it has to be time bound. I know that I'm taking 2 months off this year. That takes me down to 10 months. In order for me to do 10 speaking engagements, I have to do one engagement a month. Bam, I'm at 10. It's time bound. Now, here's a little soapbox that I have about goals and the T part. Many of us wait for that magical December 31st to come. And then we say, come January 1, this is what I'm going to do. I have a whole year to do this. I have a whole year to do this. Many of us are taking goals that should really only take us 30 days, and we're giving them 365 days to prolong. Stop. If it should only take you 30 days to do it, only spend 30 days doing it. Do not stretch it out, because there are other things that you can do with that time if you would just free it up from that one goal. I'm telling you, ladies, January 1st called and it said it is tired of being the hardest working day in the year. We put so much stress on January 1st. Come the new year, my business is going to do blah, blah, blah. Come the new year, my business is going to do blah, blah. Why are we waiting to a new year? Why can we not introduce that new product in the middle of the year? Why can we not put a marketing plan in place to introduce that new service in the middle of the year? Why do we need to wait to January? January 1st called and it's taking a vacation. It's tired. It is tired of us putting so much on it. So your goals have to be specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time bound. They must be smart. So once you write your goals that help your business plan grow and progress so that you can get to your why, you have to make sure that while you're doing all of this, you're consistently and constantly realigning your resources. That's number 4. A lot of times people think, all right, great, we're about to talk about that money part with business. Because to start a business, you need money, you got to make money, it's all about money. Guess what? Your number one resource that you have to keep in alignment is not money, it's people. Your number one resource is people. So if you are an entrepreneur currently, what does your LinkedIn profile look like? What does your network look like? What does your immediate circle look like? Are there people in your network that can help you grow and scale faster? Excuse me. Are there people in your network that have information that you need for your business? And have you reached out to them? I am a consultant, but one of the things that sometimes drives my CFO and COO, I also get to call him my husband, crazy, is that I willingly, freely give information. Anyone who wants to know anything about marketing, branding, or fundraising, grant writing, event planning can call me and say, hey, Janaé, I got a quick question. And I am going to happily take that call. And I will probably give them more information than what they asked for. And my husband's like, oh my God, do you know how long you've been on the phone? Do you know what you could have charged? And I'm like, what? But that person probably has a resource that later on I can use. So why am I going to constantly pluck away at my network or my circle? Your number one resource is people. Your second resource, still not money, ladies. Guess what? It's time. Do not, and I cannot emphasize this enough, do not waste time doing something that you are not good at. If you are looking to start a business and you're like, okay, I know I have to have a CRM that's going to track my emails, talk to my social media, set up my content calendar, as well as do my invoicing that has a great workflow. I have no clue how to do all of that. Hire somebody. Your time has a price to it. And no one else can work or do what you can do for your business. But at the same point in time, it is somebody else's business to do what you were sitting here stressing yourself out to do. I'm going to say a word that a lot of entrepreneurs clutch their pearls at and they, because they're like, oh my God, you can't do that. Barter. It is okay to barter. Now, please understand that bartering and pro bono are two totally different things. I am not telling you to work for free. What I am telling you is to barter your services. If there's someone for instance, perfect example, if there's any person out there watching this is a real request, who is great at organization, and you can take clutter and make it just look like the crown jewels. It is so perfectly put together and organized. Can you please email me? And if you do not like to set up CRMs and emails and workflows and invoicing that all work seamlessly together, we can definitely barter that. Because honestly, ladies, that's how we're able to work on our business and not in it. Allow other people to do what they are good at, and you offer of yourself what you are good at. Here's the trick to bartering, and this is very important. Send an invoice for what your services normally cost. Set the precedent that yes, while this go round, we are bartering. Please understand that this is what this would normally cost. This is what the market rate for my service is. So this is not going to be an ongoing, consistent bartering agreement. But if you need my services, this is the cost for it, and you can budget accordingly. And likewise, whoever I barter with, I expect an invoice from them so that I can plan appropriately and understand that if I want to retain their services again in the future, that this is what it is going to cost me. So, number one resource we want to keep in alignment is our people. The second one is our time. The third one is money. At the end of the month, I encourage all of you to look back through any subscriptions that you have. As moms and as entrepreneurs, many times we will see an application, we will see a subscription, we will subscribe with that 7-day free trial, and then we forget to cancel. Because let's be honest, we have so much going on, and in the moment, that subscription, that trial made our life easier, so we went with it. But at the end of the month, list out your subscriptions, look at them, and if you did not use them that month, then guess what? That's not something you need. Cancel it. In my first year of business, I spent $2,300 in subscriptions. I thought my husband, at that point in time, he had his CFO hat on. I thought he was going to go through the roof. When we looked at it all and added it all up, $2,300. What really made me feel bad is when he asked the question, how much did these subscriptions bring in? How many clients, how many lead generations did you get from these subscriptions? And my answer was $320. That is a problem. That is a waste of your money resources. So we keep our resources in alignment. Our resources are people, time, and money. When your resources are in alignment, you're consistently able to effectively manage your goals, which your goals build into your business plan of helping you make it from one quarter to the next and hit your projections. Because when you hit your projections, you're closer to living out your why. And the last thing that I make my clients realize is that there has to be accountability. On my goal worksheets, which will be available to you all, there's a section at the end of it that asks for an accountability person's signature. What you do is you surrender your goals to someone and you say, hey, read these. This is the breakdown of what I want to do so I can make this very specific goal accomplish. That accountability person signs it, puts their phone number and the day of the week that they're going to check in with you to make sure that you have done what you said you're going to do. Accountability is huge. As a business owner, the buck does literally stop with you. If a customer walks into your storefront and they say, I want to speak to the manager, and you walk up to the front, you have to understand that there is no one above you except God that will have to deal with the situation in your business. So, who holds the owner accountable? Let's look back at when we talked about the people in our resources. Let's look at who's in our circle. Who is that person that's really good at holding people accountable? Who's that one person in the circle that's always pointing out when somebody was late or they didn't return a phone call that was supposed to be returned? For me, my accountability person is my older sister. She has enjoyed for 37 good long years telling me what to do and then making sure that I did it. Janaé, your chore was to sweep the kitchen floor. It still has not been done. You have to be in bed in 30 minutes. You might want to come on and sweep the kitchen floor. Janaé, mom's going to be home soon. She's been nagging me for 37 years. I figured why stop now, especially when her constant checking in and holding me accountable is how I'm able to grow my business. So, ladies, quick recap. Excuse me. When we're talking about building a disaster recovery ready business, our business is ready because we have built it with 5 fundamental stones. We have a solid why. We have a blueprint, a business plan on how we're going to make that why possible. We have very specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, time-bound, AKA SMART, goals that are going to make our business plan happen so that we can live out our why. We're going to constantly be aligning our resources, having people in our corner that are going to be able to help us and assist us with making our goals a reality so that our business plan is moving forward so that we can live out our why. Because at the very end of it, there is somebody holding us accountable to everything we said we were going to do. That is what Beard Marketing and Management Firm does every day for our clients. So before I wrap up, I want to just share with you all a little bit more information about myself and about what I do and about my company as a whole. So Beard Marketing and Management Firm is a consulting firm. We work with clients to help them, again, start, grow, and scale their business. We also do project management, marketing design, and event design. Here in the past year, like I said, 2020, both personally and professionally, was extremely hard on me. We used to have a company called 3J Wedding Design and Social Event Planners. That company is now called Maze Designed Events, and they handle all of our social and corporate events that clients hire us to do. So we build out the logistics as well as the execution and marketing behind events. Coming this year, my husband and I are opening our coffee and wine lounge called Coupled Cups. And here's my family. My children are my why. This is my legacy. We affectionately call them Bama because they are Braylon, Angel, Madison, Maurice, and Adrian. That handsome gentleman right there in the picture with me is my husband, my best friend, my better half, again, my CFO and COO. And Coupled Cups is our company. This is my mother in the middle and my two older sisters. August of last year, we lost my mom. Nothing to do with COVID, other health issues. So, in honor of her, because she was the original designer in 3J Weddings, we decided to rebrand and rename the company in honor of her. So, 3J is now May's Designed Events. Ladies, it has been a pleasure speaking with you. If you would like more information, please check out some of the freebies that we have designed for you all here at the summit. We're doing complimentary coffee cup connection consultations, which is a 55-minute Zoom video call with me, talking about what you want to do in your business and maybe going through some of the goals or different things. It's pretty much open forum. We will gladly answer any questions that you all have for up to 55 minutes. There's a link for you to go online and register with that. Then we are also offering a $150 discount off of our Identity and Destiny 8-week cohort, which will be launching in March of this year. If you're unsure of your why, if you're not 100% certain on why you want to start a business, please check that cohort out. There should be information up on our website by the time the conference happens on the 23rd. So you all are more than welcome to check that out. Send me an email if you have any questions. And then there's a third one for $150 off of any marketing, branding, or event logistics package that we have on our website. If you all have any questions, please feel free to drop me some information here in the virtual platform. Again, thank you all so much for being with us today at the summit. Please remember, if you don't have to go out, stay in, quarantine. Please wear a mask when you are out. This is very serious. I have lost friends to this disease. I myself personally have had it. It's not very comfortable. Let's do our part to flatten the curve here in 2021. I love you all. Thank you all so much for joining us. Have a great 2021, because remember, it's just a year.